Honestly speaking, most of us don't like fractions. And I used to hate fractions back in high school. But after I understood this one method, I started loving them. Because I appeared to be smart among my peers, right? So I started solving them very easily and quickly. It felt like cheating. They just suspected me of using a calculator. And that is actually the best feeling. When your peers talk about you like, hey, John is smart. The smart guy is coming. Anyway, I will show you the way to do these fractions so that it will be very easy for you. And you are going to solve fraction problems really easily. And I am going to explain what a fraction means from the beginning, fundamentally, as fast as possible. So in this 8-minute video, you will get everything you need to know about fractions, and you will start solving fractions quickly and correctly.
So first off, what is a fraction? Or what does it mean by fraction? Well, fractions are a part that represents a whole. So we have a whole, and if we just divide this whole into two, we have two parts, right? Here we have this part, and here we have this part. And fractions represent this part. So here we have just divided the whole in two. So we can say this part is 1 over 2, or half of the whole. So the whole is divided in two, and that is what it implies. So that is it, and it doesn't have anything complicated to it. But the thing you need to understand is, when we add fractions, their value will always increase, unless the fractions are negative. So if we add 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2, their value will increase, right? The other thing you need to understand is 1 over 2 can be expressed as 0.5. So 1 over 2 means 0.5, and 0.5 plus 0.5 is equal to 1. So 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 is equal to 2 over 2, and 2 over 2 is just 1. So this is what a fraction means. So to get another perspective of a fraction, we can use a popular example of pizza. So we may have a pizza, a whole circle of pizza, looking like this. So here we have a pizza, and this pizza just has 8 slices. So these are the slices of the pizza. This part of the pizza is 1 slice. So 1 slice is out of 8 slices. So you may have 1 over 8. This part represents 1 slice of the pizza. And your friend may have 7 slices over 8. So if you add your slice of pizza to your friend's slice, it would be 8 over 8, which is 1 whole pizza. So this is what a fraction means, as easy as this. So in fractions, when we are adding fractions, this is addition we are talking about. Adding fractions. If we have a common bottom number, we can simply add the top numbers, right? Here in this example, 1 plus 7 is 8. And we can keep the bottom number 8 as it is. So 8 over 8 would become the answer, which is 1. So that is what we are going to do. And I am going to explain it a bit more here. So 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 means 2 over 2, right? So we can add this, 1 and 1, and get the answer 2, and just keep the bottom number. And for those of you who don't know, the top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. So that is what they are called in mathematical terms, so we are going to call them that way. But the problem here, when we come to our question, as you can see, the bottom numbers are not equal, right? The denominators are not equal, which means we cannot just add 1 and 2 and write 3 over the denominators 3 and 5. We can't do that, right? This is the wrong way to do it, and the answer that comes from this is not actually the correct answer. For those of you who got that, it's not correct. But we have a way to make the denominators common, and we have a one-step calculation to make this bottom number appear common. And then we are going to add the top numbers and get the answer.
So how do we do this? Well, the idea is just multiplying the numbers, right? So what we are going to do is multiply the bottom numbers. So we can multiply 5 by 3. So when we do this, we have to multiply the whole fraction. So 1 times 5 is going to be 5, and 3 times 5 is going to be 15. So the first fraction, 1 over 3, becomes 5 over 15. And we are going to do the same with the second fraction. We are going to take 3 and multiply the right-hand fraction. So here we have 2 times 3 and 5 times 3. So this comes to 2 times 3 is 6, and 5 times 3 is 15. So the second fraction, 2 over 5, becomes 6 over 15. Now, as you can see, we get a similar denominator now, and we can actually add the top numbers. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, and 11 over 15 would be the answer. So 11 over 15 is actually the answer, and that is the correct way to do it. And this is the way to do it. When you encounter this kind of fraction addition, all you need to do is just take the bottom numbers, like 3 and 5. Then swap these numbers and multiply the whole fraction. So we can multiply 5 by the left fraction and 3 by 2 over 5. So we are going to get this answer this way. And on this same signature problem, I am just going to show you another way to solve it, which is going to be faster. So what we are going to do, if we are a bit lazy, we can simply just cross-multiply the fractions. So 1 times 5 is going to be 5, and 2 times 3 is going to be 6. These are the top numbers, and for the bottom number, we can simply multiply the bottom numbers together. So 3 times 5 is equal to 15, and 5 plus 6 over 15 is going to be the answer, which is 11 over 15. And this is another way to solve this equation. So this is actually the solution. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, guys, make sure to support and appreciate this new channel by subscribing. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.